I think it's working. Is it working? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Four Horsemen podcast. I am your host this evening, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Right to my right, I have the Livingston man. To his, well, no, over here, we got the Vision Preparedness in the house and the Roaming Prepper right below me. And we combined to become the Four Horsemen, but only on Tuesdays. So welcome. Thank y'all for being here. Livingston man, roll that beautiful censored bean footage.
Apocalypse style, four horsemen riding dirty. Death on my left, keep the Glock sturdy. Standing in the kitchen, hunger like a beast. War paint ready, unleash the inner beast. Pestilence drop, spread fear in the streets. Disease hit the block, no dot can compete. Horseman information, skies turning black. Future looking bleak, no turning back. Four horsemen riding on the edge of night. Chaos in the wake, no end in sight. Four horsemen bringing dark to the light. End days marching, get ready for the fight. Four horsemen riding on the edge of night. Chaos in the wake, no end in sight. Four horsemen bringing dark to the light. End days marching, get ready for the fight.
That was awesome.
Still awesome.
That was
Well-
YouTube does not allow the ancient pew pew because we're not a big channel.
It's
Yeah.
true. True. It's true. They'll shut you down midstream. Ask me how I know. Scott Hummer, good to see you. Teresa Buchanan, Foxfire, good to see you. Juby Joe, Jules in the house. Rural 2 IC, what's up? Gypsy, good to see you. Cherokee Survival, what's up? Bad Blobber in the house. Hobson, what's good? Betty Lou, thank you very much. The Livingston man had to put some magic touches on there to.
It's not even new,
Form.
and it's the snottiest piece of art like ever made. It's the same video, and I just blacked out every part where there was the bad thing happening. Like,
Yeah.
Tell us where the video touched you, basically.
Yeah. Right in
It
the
touched
second.
somebody
It touched
bad.
them right in the Second Amendment, and they don't like it. So,
we were watching Tombstone on Netflix though, and that was fine. It was like those same
Yeah.
dudes, but
yes. Not allowed here, boys.
so that was
El
the-
Guapo, good to see you.
I used to play PlayStation with a dude named El Guapo, and it'd be cool to think it was the same guy.
Yeah.
We don't have Val Kilmer. That's why they didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't have the right Doc Holliday.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I feel like I'm too tall to be Doc Holliday, but I got the personality. Like, I don't care, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I get pissed quick. It's cool.
Sure. Fly off the handle, Livingston
Yeah.
man. Let him have it. Let
Save
him have it. Teresa Buchanan, good to see you. Jules in the
Save,
house.
tried
Trish
to
in
save your
progress.
life in Dodge City after a heroin game of what was it called? The game they played, Pharaoh.
Oh, something like that.
Yeah, Farrell.
Something like poker, but different. I don't get it. I don't do
So-
card games.
Before you, ladies and gentlemen, you have the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The Roaming Prepper
Which
is.
one are you picking? You can only pick one.
The Roaming Prepper is the war horse, right? We've established
Nah,
that.
we need to start a poll.
Right. Livingston man is death, and pestilence is vision preparedness, and I would be famine. Right. So I have a question for the Four Horsemen. Do you believe that the arrival of the Four Horsemen is fate, or do you think the actions of humanity can change that fate, or is it inevitable? The arrival of the Four Horsemen, is it inevitable, or can we change it? That's the question I have for the Four Horsemen. So
I love this question.
whoever wants to take a stab at it
Yeah.
first, feel free. feel free.
That's not even a rabbit hole. Like a whole elephant fits down that hole, man.
It's a big one. It's
Damn,
a big
what
one.
made this hole?
Well, I figured we could have some interesting conversation spun off of that. Is it inevitable, or can humanity get its collective shit together and pull ourselves up by our bootstraps? Right? Is that what they always tell you? Pull yourself up by your fucking bootstraps, right? Can we do it, or is this fate and it's gonna happen no matter what?
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to start this off because I can't.
I got
first
it.
of all, you are looking at us. You're on a fucking Zoom call between the four horsemen themselves. So the question, just to put it out there, is the question: are they coming? I think that we all know the answer. We already hear, bro. I love this question because let's assume a couple of things. And that one, of course, we know the source of the legend of these four horsemen and stuff. But what if we think about it in different terms, in literally what they represent physically, and not, don't worry about like it came from the Bible or it came from whatever. Just worry about what it actually is.
Okay.
These things are all inevitable. But having been written down, present a warning, which, you put warnings on things to stop what happened to someone else from happening to someone else. So I think the question, can you rise above it? Can you pull your bootstraps up? Yes. You have to learn from what has already happened. If you don't do that, then one of us, or I follow all of them around is all that happens. You have to suffer first, and I just get to eat good. So it's not so bad, but the four entities presented before you are inevitable.
Okay. So there's no amount of human interaction that's nothing's gonna stop death. Yeah, death waits for no man. So
if we're to take the story, then is that we will all be unleashed after one, like just at once.
Okay.
Breakdown. Whereas I think that with proper planning, proper attitude, proper worship and faith, and whatever else you want to call it, being a good person or whatever, you can stave off the onslaught of all four of us at once. But there's always going to be one of us lurking around.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was also a template toward, like you had pointed out, where when you see these four horsemen, you notice the order they come in, right? Death didn't come first. Death didn't just pop out of nowhere and go, be gone. There was the war, the pestilence, all these things. One could argue you're seeing it right now. And I think, like Lou had said, it's taking the biblical aspect out, which is kind of hard because that's where they came from. But you think about it, they come before something worse. And truly the word apocalypse in Greek, ancient Greek, is more of an unveiling. So do you go through these hardships and there's a new thing on the other side, a rebuilding, I don't know, a reconstruction of some type.
Yeah.
So I think they happen, but will there be something massive? We now have the capability of being massive. 100 years ago, we didn't. We would tear up countries and areas, and that was about it. But now we could literally do damage to large swaths of the earth.
What vision preparedness? The time is now. I broke it.
Otherwise,
you broke the bell.
There it is.
There we go.
There we go.
I got the microphone cable stuck in it. Sorry.
There you go.
chops off his headphones.
Exactly. It's inevitable. Man at his core is evil. At his very core is evil. And somebody somewhere will continue to be evil. It's inevitable that the four of us are going to show up one at a time. And the question is, do you survive one and wait for the next one? And will you survive that one and wait for the next one? It's It's inevitable. Sooner or later, all of us on this planet are going to witness at least one of the four horsemen.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. It's inevitable.
You see it a lot now. History. If you look back at history, like civilization and great empires, especially, they, what goes up will come down.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to think that everything that we hold dear now will have somehow come crashing down. The whole World War III will be fought with new high-tech weapons, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones mentality here. And we're at the peak of, have you guys ever heard of the rule of diminishing gains?
Yeah.
All right, so we're at the very peak of that, like where the only thing left for us in the whatever sort of modern era, but I'm stretching that back to like the 1800s though.
Okay.
Industrial Revolution forward. The only thing missing is complete, like, catastrophic societal collapse. We've inflicted it like on a national scale. When devastation in Europe after 2 world wars, the wars in Southeast Asia and the wars in the Middle East prior, but never on where we, like the so-called West, got like Gaza stripped, bro.
Right.
Because only like the so-called West can kind of do that to each other. But it's the only thing left on the table. If the unprecedented events keep becoming more and more unprecedented, the only thing left is something very catastrophic, and you fall off that tip of the
precipice,
bubble,
so to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great empires have lasted what, 200, somewhere between 200 and 300 years.
Yeah.
And the country's been around for 250 years coming up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're about to hit that anniversary, that big old magical 4th of July.
Sure.
Better be fucking epic is all I got to say.
And what America is now being really put to not only the test, but like also being asked the question, like, it's like, what are you, or who is it that you are trying to be?
Yeah.
Like, if America was a person, I feel like it's like a transgender person that's not sure. They're like a teenager coming into their own, I should say. It's like,
yeah, sure.
You stupid fucking kid. You don't know fucking nothing.
Well, it seems that we have a case of people pushing boundaries, pushing their legal boundaries. How far can I push this law? You know what I mean? To the point where you've got like squatters' rights and shit like that too, where people can just move into your home, and if you don't check on it enough and they do some upkeep, they mow the lawn, right? They do some upkeep, and now all of a sudden it's their home.
Their home. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, there's people who go out there and push the legal limits of things on a regular basis to just push the envelope. Right. So some people go out there just to test the boundaries of these things. You've got your what the ambulance chasing lawyers and things like that. Right. So it's they're pushing the boundaries.
I'm going to say something, and okay, I want people to write this down because it was me that said this, because I ain't never heard it before. Fire. Get ready. Everybody. Humanity brings out the worst in people.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
No doubt.
It's like a thing you have to fight to like not be shitty, because it's so easy. And I think that's the real moral test.
That's, like you both had pointed out, it's the default setting for humanity is to be more feral than civilized.
Yeah.
And now the civilized ones will rise above the feral by virtue of the discipline they have. But, to your original question,
say that to the rats and termites.
True story.
But you think about it, termites are actually, and ants are very organized when you think about it.
They creep me out. What are they doing in there?
Usually fighting with each other.
What are you plotting? You're up to something. You can't
Yes,
not.
they are. They're plotting. Yes.
Crochet Gem says, I think that's why we need God. Yeah. I think we all have to have something higher power, right? There's got to be more than just this. There's an ultimate goal, right? You try to be a good person, not be a piece of shit. Don't break the 10 commandments, right? And do right by other people. And hopefully you get to meet St. Peter at the pearly gates, right? That, I guess that's everybody's hope, unless you're an atheist and you don't believe in that at all, in which case, when the lights go out, the lights go out. And that's the end of the story, right? So
I'm with the Hindus on this one. But I'm gonna give you Livingstonism, whereas like I get like reincarnation is a thing in that, like, when I go back to the earth, I will then feed the worms that will nitrogenate the soil, that will push up proverbial daisies, that will feed the goose, that will feed the cut. Then I will become like back to nature. What I think, if you're a human being now, this is, unless we attain some energy being fucking nirvana or something, that this is the peak. You already were a blade of grass. You already were all of that, and now you get to be this. This is your last shot before you go and push up daisies again. Don't waste it.
So you're saying this is your chance to do good. This is your chance.
This is what all of that was for, like, because you're going to be worm food. Next, precipice.
And Gnostic Nomad, I think you're absolutely correct as well. I think that's what the Bible tries to teach us, is that this is it's within us, and we just have to seek the good, and we can be it, right? My opinion.
So many ways to even put that is, be the change you want to see.
For real. Well, yeah, I often say what you allow is what will continue, right? Until somebody steps up and makes a change, things will continue exactly the way they have been going. So sometimes you have to be that change that you want to see. And it's often not cool, and right out the gate, to be the guy who says, nah, I'm not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Right. And then you get ostracized for not wearing the mask, and you just don't go to those businesses anymore. And if they're going to treat me like that, then fine, I'll just take my money elsewhere.
Facts.
So you got to do what you got to do sometimes. And, COVID showed us a lot of people put their necks on the line to keep their jobs. Some people lost their jobs, their careers, things that they did forever, because they stood their moral high ground. And they said, no, you're not going to force me to take anything I don't want to take.
My response to the question was, or else what?
Yeah.
And I didn't hear about it again. I was lucky enough to be in that position, but I am proud of myself for I wasn't doing it. They like to say on the internet, you won't meet a single person that's regrets not getting it.
Yeah.
And that's with no disrespect to people who did it. You did it because of your own personal reasons. And a big part of my deal with that was my body, my choice. And that goes for anybody. You want it, you got it. I don't want it, I don't got it.
Yeah.
And that's that simple. I kind of am a fucking revolutionary, because I think that should extend to every aspect of people's life. Cool for you, not for me, that's fine. But
I think there's a lack of critical thought.
There should be a fifth horseman, hate, and he would be the one to actually start it all.
Ooh.
Well, technically, before the horseman ride, isn't there, like, I'm trying to remember the scripture now. Is it they say it's a deceiver, but it's not the devil. So technically,
it's the whore of Babylon and
false prophet.
What's that?
The false prophet, yeah.
False prophet.
Right. So the false prophet, we often think, and this was something actually I was talking about with someone, we often think the false prophet is a person, and the Antichrist would be a person. But is it possible it's an entity, like mainstream media? Media is being manipulated by whoever in power, and that's really the false prophet. All these talking heads that perpetuate whatever it is they want to do to manipulate the people.
Yeah, the shadow government, if you will, the roaming prepper. I'm feeling that.
Okay, we can we can weasel our way into this argument because like ancient prophets would have been describing something that they couldn't understand.
Yeah.
And so is it plausible that what they were they simply described what they saw or envisioned in a way that their audience, not necessarily us, would understand? Imagine showing a person from medieval times this podcast.
Yeah.
Imagine pulling a phone out of your pocket 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah.
And this would be who you were trying to explain what you saw to.
Well, think 1,000 years ago, there would have been the wizards were on the flat rock. You know,
Yeah.
we would have been the four wizards. They wouldn't have known what we were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if they were seeing things, describing it in the words of their, like to Lou's point, of their time.
We're like the
Those
people
were
who cast no shadows, you know?
Right. Exactly. Those were the only words they had.
Yeah.
Every time I go here, I really have to walk the line because it starts to sound like blasphemy. And I try not to offend, but I think that most contact that ancient humans had with so-called angels and beings and everything else were by definition extraterrestrials because they were not from Earth.
Mm-hmm. Fallen angels.
And it's all true. It's all true to their best of their ability to describe it to their audience.
At that time, yeah.
It's all true. And it should be heeded, especially like, I mean, things like be a good person. All these rules are laid out by all accounts, higher powers who are smarter and greater than ourselves, who said, do this. And wouldn't you know that when we stop doing that, we appear.
Interesting.
It's deep. And you're right. I believe, you know, this, and I'm doing air quotes for those listening, that these alien beings were and are the fallen angels, plain and simple. And you're right, Livingston man. People in that day described them as aliens, people not of this planet. That is true.
Yeah.
Because they were the fallen angels that were kicked out of heaven with Lucifer to rule this earth.
The lizard people are real, folks.
They're not wizards. So any sufficiently advanced technology will appear magical to those who are not exposed to it.
Yeah, totally.
I think that Thor's hammer was a technological device. I think that the way they moved the stones at Machu Picchu was done with a technology that we don't understand, perhaps even some sort of laser burning thing. I think that there's so much that has been lost, and I think that the
flood myth is real.
It's not a myth. It's a fact.
Flood fact.
Yeah, it's the flood fact. And again, it has been described to an audience of its time. All legends are based in fact. You can't think of something you can't think of.
Right.
Wrapping around that one.
Right. Yeah.
It's all true. But where everything fractures and turns to shit and we start to show up is how people interpret the truth. It's there for us to see. It's true. It happened. We can all shake hands and agree, but then that almighty question shows up. How though? And all of a sudden crusades happen, empires fall, Council of Nicaea, and we got to figure out what the hell are we supposed to tell people. The church got together and they made a story, a standardized version. This is how you present the Bible.
Yeah.
There are books that we're not going to allow in here. There are things that they're talking about here that don't fit the narrative.
That's like the forbidden knowledge that I want. I like the Dead Sea Scrolls, man. I would love to be able to read those, and not someone's interpretation.
I read the scroll, bro. Get with it.
Yeah, it's AI's interpretation of the scroll, but I wish I could read those things and try to just understand some of it a little bit better, because I feel that things were cherry picked, like you said, to fit a narrative.
That history is written by the victors
to prop up of course the church, right? Because they're hey man, the churches are raking in the dough, honestly. So I don't know, man.
We're not here to attack the church.
No,
or
not
religion
at all.
whatsoever. If
Right.
I am presenting the views that I presented under my own fucking
same.
here. I hope you don't think I'm some godless blasphemer, because all I am from my end is that what I am doing is telling you that everything you've read in the Bible is true. It's that, like, think of it in modern terms, except it's written by a person that couldn't think in modern terms.
Right.
All I'm saying.
Well, they had no basis of comparison.
Rocket, it was like a rocket ship, bro. Like, what the fuck's a rocket ship? You can't tell.
Correct.
If they saw an airplane, it was the Silver Dragon, hypothetically,
Right.
because they wouldn't know what it was. It's in the air and it has wings. It's a dragon.
You tell me. I know for a fact Quetzalcoatl was a flying thing. It flew and they seen it. It gave off fire and smoke. It was a dragon because it was an aircraft or a re-entry vehicle. Right. But because they, and then the telephone game being what it is.
Man, we totally went down the rabbit hole on this one.
Yeah. And you know what?
I told you it was an elephant hole.
Yeah,
you
it's an elephant hole.
You did.
Hey, we should get back to work. Vision, wave your hand a couple times.
And down go the subscribers.
That's enough of all that. Yeah. We did the bullshit. The more you know.
Oh man, a lot of people say it's the fallen angels, man. It's the fallen angels, the Nephilim, and the whole night. Bro, we could talk about this for
hours. Yeah, I mean,
it plays into our story. I feel like, say we were the actual Four Horsemen, we would know these dudes.
Yeah,
like that's the homie. Like we could write a sick biography. Like,
totally. So my next question is specifically for Death here, the Pale Rider. Of all of the suffering and loss you've witnessed, what aspect of humanity's end causes you the most profound reflection, and why?
All right. Fuck it. What causes me to be like, what? So say it again.
Of all of the suffering and loss that you witness, what aspects of humanity's end causes you the most profound reflection?
Most profound reflection. I feel like AI asked that question. Fucking.
Oh, totally. I had to come up with a really good one.
You know what's gonna fucking. You know what's gonna fucking kill me. You know what makes me sad to think about. And it was the first thing that popped into mind. And I was like, "That's mad callous." And I was like, "Oh, that's what we do here."
Grace, good to see you.
The animals. The wildlife, the other creatures that live on this planet, all of them, all the organisms that didn't deserve whatever we're about to like bring. My beef is with humans. The Grim Reaper doesn't go like show up when you shoot a deer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You showed up.
So I find humans' assault on this planet. Why you care so much about the environment? Bro, because I fucking live there, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna destroy this planet. We're gonna cook it. We'll turn it into Venus in 200 years if we're lucky. But people got to make money. And the saddest thing for me will be all there's that complete erasure of who we were. Maybe some alien civilization will probe this planet in the way that we probe Mars, and they'll be like, there used to be shit here. But basically what they'll find is a bunch of made in China shit in like landfills.
They put it all in piles and covered it in dirt, guys.
Yeah, and what this civilization is going to take away is that we like worship garbage or something. Like we're not making a great legacy for ourselves. If it ended tomorrow, we're going out like shit, man.
Well, we don't even have photos anymore if they don't power up our iPads and phones. I mean, You got to go to Walgreens or Walmart to get your
Put your chip
images
in.
made on a physical photograph.
Yeah, any surviving visual documentation will be from like the 1980s and backwards. They will have this entirely twisted view of what society even was.
Yeah, what happened? They stopped using cameras around 1989.
Doing better.
Right? That's when everything went digital in the 90s.
The Gospel of Livingston right now is that eventually society is going to like start to rediscover our society that's buried under ash and dirt. And that they're gonna, and they will make this mythical cult and these beliefs and like a religion based on what they thought we used to do, but with no context. And so, like, there'll be like, if you were to go ahead in the future, you would see people doing weird shit like, what was it? Brave New World, where they were all worshiping the T's. They just cut the tops off the crosses because they were in love with
It
Henry
was now
Ford.
Model T as opposed to the cross.
And, you know, even weird shit like this, like if Jesus, Lord Jesus, came back today, he's seen y'all worshiping the cross. I feel like if I was him, I would think that was weird. It's like JFK worshiping the Carcano. It's just
Yeah, it would be.
All right.
The convertible Lincoln that he got shot in.
Yeah.
nobody knows that he fired at Oswald first. Classic self-defense. They covered it up. Like JFK didn't just get caught lacking, bro. He came out the side, like blasted off at the homie, and homie felt compelled. He was like, "Yo,
self-defense."
Mr. Fitzgerald Kennedy, you fucking okay." He's like, "Anakin, I got the high ground." You
Anakin.
He said Anakin. Good Lord.
For the record, I've actually been in that building, and I've been on the street where that happened. And while I was taking pictures, there were teenagers running to the little X's to take selfies. Two of them almost got hit by a little convertible driven by two other little hoochies who weren't paying attention either. And it's like,
process takes another victim.
for the record, he was on top of the man. You could have hit someone with a BB gun. Now, other questions came up when I went through the museum, so I really need to put those videos up again because that was super interesting.
Yeah. Especially, supposedly there's supposed to be more files coming out about all of this, right?
Yeah, I love when they release like black pages with like a date on it. That's really transparent, you guys. Matter of fact, I don't know who government needs to hear this, but black ink is not fucking transparent.
I just want to copy this and hold it up to the light and like,
try to guess what it says. Must have let AI read the shit. Dead Sea Scrolls, bro.
Oh man.
We should ask AI.
TDDR says, I may lose my job. VA will RFI 70,000 employees. Holy shit.
What does RIF mean?
Yeah.
Reduction in force, not bueno.
Yeah. Not good. Not good.
There have been a lot of reports of layoffs in a lot of different sectors that I'm hearing already.
King Corso and all the United States presidents, except I've said this before, and I'm pretty sure I'm still right. Barack Obama and Donald Trump are the only, and Martin Van Buren are the only U.S. presidents that can't trace their roots back to British royalty.
Dan Rose says, Mike, do you believe demons exist? Yes. I think demons may be the true evil that we see in the world, the heartless, the sociopaths, the people who have no remorse or feeling.
Would you call these people mentally ill?
Nope.
Genetic defect, whatever you want to call it, but they're
not necessarily
wrong, right?
Because I think a lot of mentally ill people are good at heart and genuine. They just have a disorder that stops them from acting normal like the rest of us, right?
But the line here was going toward if
a demonic person.
This was the seed of the demon myth, like
right.
If some people are bad, like what if bad people have always been a thing?
I hate to say it, but I think when one leaves, they just reincarnate somebody else. Those things are doomed to roam the earth until whatever heavenly shit is supposed to happen happens, and then guys get dealt with by a higher power, not me.
Yep.
I ain't dealing with them. But I do think that demons exist, and like I said, I think it might be the true evil that we see in the world.
So you think does this person mean like in supernatural like terms? Like, I mean, do I believe in ghosts? I seen them. I seen a ghost before.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing big. It wasn't like, fucking some succubus trying to like sleep paralysis demon. That's him. He's wearing an army helmet and there's Russian dubstep playing. And I'm like, I don't know what realm I am in, but this is hell. And I know it.
Russian dubstep.
Yeah. Mike's like, yeah, I've seen it. So don't talk to me about hell. I've seen it. But, right. What we would consider to be, oh my God, that guy's wild or that guy's crazy, or even folks that have just mental issues and certainly like untreatable ones.
Right.
In myth and legend, they would have been regarded differently than what we now know is like a medical,
like a schizophrenic, right?
Right. Condition.
Yeah, bipolar folks. What
I am not doing also is equating folks that suffer from mental illness with demons. I am not doing that. I'm not doing that. I am simply wondering if that's where it came from because primitive folks knew less than we do.
Could be.
The Livingston man's personal opinions are his own. He does not speak for Hudson.
Dan Rose says, I do believe demons exist when 4 grown men can't hold a possessed person down. I've seen some wild stuff, man. Wild stuff.
Yep.
It's the world is crazy, and if you don't believe in a higher power, maybe you should start looking for one.
William Case, what's up, dude? For the third time, he's trying to get the shout out. William Kays, and once again, everybody, William Kays.
William Kays.
All right, I owe you nothing.
Livingston man has paid in full. Okay, so my last question here for the evening. This one is for the war and the pestilence. All right. In your relentless pursuit of dominance and conflict, do you ever foresee a state of genuine, lasting peace among humankind?
Ooh. Could it be possible? Yes. We have the technology to communicate across the world. I mean, look at the 4 of us, right? Across a rather large country of 330 million people.
Yep.
And we can communicate near real time, millisecond delays. Equally, a world could collaborate, but you would have to get over so many things. The very same tools that we could use to come together are being used by other powers that be for their own benefit. Ultimately, it's always, unless something catastrophic happens where people truly stop and go, wow, if we don't work together, we're all cooked. I don't think until something like that happens, you won't see it, because everyone's always going to be angling for my country, my religion, my color, my race, whatever their tribe, if you will.
What do you think the thing will be that could bring all that about? Do you think it's some sort of revelation amongst people, some sort of atrocity committed by humankind? What's it going to take?
Some atrocities. I'm thinking something global. Like, imagine if Rona had the fatality rate of like measles or the smallpox, 10, 20, 30% catastrophe rate. That would suddenly but you'd still have people would freak out, but you'd also see everyone saying, well, if we don't do this together, we're all going to die by ourselves separately. Or something, I don't know, aliens from outer space. I'm just throwing something silly out there, but seriously, if there was some thing landed,
right,
and the Rougarou came out, started running around chasing people and biting people, everyone would start getting lined up pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
But it would take something catastrophic at a massive level for people to truly realize. And that could go the other way. It could be something amazing. Like we go to Mars or, whatever planet and discover there's like a whole nother planet like Earth that, we can have a colony there. And that also might suddenly make people realize, wow, there's something bigger out here.
Yeah. Vision. What say you, my friend?
It's pretty simple. No. We will never, ever come collectively together as a planet. It's not going to happen because does absolute power corrupt? Absolutely. Somebody somewhere is always going to want to be the one in charge, period, or a group of someones. If you see aliens in the sky, I would probably not believe they're aliens in the sky because there's something bringing that about that's controlling that. And those are the ones that want to be in charge. We will never, unfortunately, come together as human beings getting along until the second coming of Jesus Christ. Plain and simple. That's my take on it. That's it. Yeah, like I said in the very beginning, man is evil at his very core.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Well, and that might be that global thing that happens, the
right.
The second coming, the rapture that would make people stop and go, whoa, what the hell just happened?
Right. And by then it possibly could be too late. And no matter how much we prep, we're not ready for that. Because if the four of us show up,
you're in a bad way. You're in a bad way.
I'm fucking starving. Let me see this appetite.
We still gonna send those trucks. We got the nice. We're working on a nice 80-20 blend for you.
It's in the works. We're doing a signature blend. I've been testing samples and just offering like just back and forth input. It's been very constructive. I love working with Vision. Sorry, but deal's exclusive. I can get what he's selling. You can't.
That's true.
See, no. I want, if I may, like chime in because I was gonna start with what Vision said is the second coming of Christ, like something that is just absolutely crushingly humbling to us as humans because we walk around here apex that we are.
Right. Top of the food chain. Top of the
entire, not the food chain, the absolute fucking pinnacle. This planet is ours.
Right.
Period. Right. Everything on this planet except the termites and rats and cats are subservient to us. If you get you a cat, they'll humble you every day. There's a reason the Egyptians thought they were gods,
Yeah,
Pharaoh was holding court. He was
the only furry thing with slanty eyes. So
all these fucking people are streaming in, just leaving gold and incense and myrrh at his feet and like anointed him, like fucking touching his feet. Like I don't know what's up with the Egyptians and the feet touching, but like it was touching the feet. And then the cat walked in, just put his butthole right in Pharaoh's face, like pet me, fucking peasant. Yeah, cats don't give a shit. They're a higher. That's why, and they were like, he's God, right? He must be. He does not recognize Pharaoh like
whatsoever.
You think the cat did not give a fuck what Pharaoh was doing? Like food time, and he's scratching his leg and shit. Fucking Pharaoh probably had mad scars on his forearms, hands and shit. What was I even going with this? All right, second coming, right?
Yeah, there it is.
Well, the cats are already
coming back around again.
I wonder how many times a divine entity has returned to the planet, declared themselves for who they were, and been promptly placed in a mental institution, electroshocked, and made normal again. And then you start to wonder, will what awaits us have a bit of hostility because they saw what we did to them the last time they showed up.
That's interesting. So, have you guys seen the movie Prometheus?
Yeah.
No, Livingston's not gay. Livingston has a broken front tooth, and so I don't say my S's properly. I can make it even worse if you like.
Prometheus.
You can also be gay if you like.
I was waiting for that. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I was waiting. We went down that rabbit hole. I stepped on the landmine when I said,
Pansexual. Pansexual. I'm not even allowed to do the dishes no more. Pansexual.
Pansexual.
Fucking dish soap just really be getting something itching in me.
Can I? Am I allowed to? No, I'm not. I'm not even a mod.
What? No, you're a mod here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot whose channel we're on.
Yeah, no, you're good.
My house, his channel.
You're good. You're good.
Kind of a little bit sort of a gay
And
relationship.
swing, bada swing.
All right, I'm gonna take you. All right, so Livingston Man only says Ohio. I'm gonna say it as gay as possible. Here's how, like, I would say Ohio.
Oh,
gay.
you know what? I actually have a gift for you. I forgot to bring it with me today.
Is that from Ohio?
Indeed, it is.
Oh my god!
But it's via Canada, and
Yeah.
Jules made a special gift for you.
Does it have the
Yeah.
tariffs?
Yeah, no, she bootlegged it. So yeah.
Piracy.
Piracy.
I love it, Stray Queen.
You know, you could do a whole channel pretending to
Oh,
be something you're not, just to get a rise out of people.
Oh,
He would probably get a million.
You would get a
subscribers.
million views.
Yes.
oh, dude. The Dylan Mulvaney ain't got shit on Livingston, man. I'll tell you that right now.
Ohio. Stop it. You stop it right now. I will murder you. I will murder you. You're
So bad.
Stop it right now.
Oh God.
Nasty.
And we've come all the way off the rails.
Are we having fun
Yes,
now?
we
Yeah,
have.
the whole
Happy
video
Pride
is
Month, you
on.
guys.
Katrinka says, idea, get some 4 Horsemen t-shirts in the colors red, black, gray, and white. You guys would look amazing.
Not the rainbow,
Good.
sweetie.
We'll get Death his rainbow shirt.
Please. Slay. I will wear it out.
Good golly. You came back at the right time, Gnostic Nomad. I tell you what. Holy shnikes.
He's probably there going, what the heck did I miss? What happened?
Yeah.
Trish says you do it so naturally, Livingston, man. So
Just never
natural.
know. You know, I'm not right up there with that. Who's the fella from Police Academy? You know who I'm talking about.
The guy that does all the voices.
Yeah, when the
Oh,
noises
I
and shit. And then there's Mel
Oh,
Blanc, the dude that did all
I
that.
know who you're talking about.
I always thought it was fun to have like multiple personalities. You know what I'm saying?
I met that guy that does all the different sound effects and all that.
Yep.
A good friend of mine I grew up with, his sister married him.
Oh, no kidding. That's cool.
Yeah, and they're still
That's cool.
married. And this was like, I met him right before he did the first police academy. That was
Michael
like-
Winslow. Michael Winslow. That's what we're
That's
talking
it.
about.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Oh my God, Gritton Gray. Sorry, she's chasing chickens. I'm also chasing cocks.
I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
The magic doesn't work on me, which I was there when it was written.
Well, huh.
I thought you guys wanted to be gay. And
Well,
I made that.
that was just one troll in the chat, bro.
Did he leave?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he's
Sorry.
gone.
Good. I'll
Good.
stop doing it then.
God.
He's gone.
Yeah, the Chupacabra's got him.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Somebody snuck up with the wrench and blah. Gone. Wow. Well, we were all philosophical and everything there for a little while.
I
And
think
then
that
it
you've
just
learned
became-
that. I really, really want to start a poll, but like if you had to choose one horseman, you knock at the door, okay? You open the fucking door. Which one of us do you wish it was?
I'm sorry, I just read Old Mutt's comment.
Got him.
Oh man.
Got him.
Oh, everything hurts right now. I just pulled like 3 stomach muscles, dude.
So I'm gonna call his
Old Mutt,
cardiologist.
old Mutt.
Oh God.
On the internet for the rest of the month. It is yours for the entire month of June. The internet
it
belongs
is.
to
Awesome.
the Old Mutt, hashtag Old Mutt's kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
Much
God.
kid. I'm one of them.
it's so bad.
Oh, thank you, Old Mutt. I appreciate you. Oh, that hurt.
I'm glad everybody's having a good time. But yeah, so I don't know how to number this. Let's go in order of the way we go around your screen. So someone's at the door. Who is it? 1, me. 2, Mike. 3, Vision. 4, Pete.
Okay. Put it in the chat. Who do you want to deal with? Death, famine, pestilence, or war?
No, I'm saying personally.
Oh. Betty Lou says 1. Dan Rose says 5. Ohio.
Ohio.
Rather die. How can you choose death when you want to die when I'm at the door?
Yeah, see, now it's already gone downhill. It's like an 8-ball of Coke. I want the state of Ohio.
Ohio.
This is why we can't have nice things.
No.
What did rural say? Where is it?
Where'd he go?
I went back. I can't find rules.
Death because Livingston Man won't come to Ohio.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But Ohio doesn't exist. There you can hide from death, remember? It's like the Deathly Hollows. You know, there's the stone, there's the wand, the cape, and Ohio. You know?
Or yeah, I can't go there, but like if you leave, I'll get you. Who's done what to who?
So King Corso says 4. Bad Blobber says 4. I guess if you want a fighting chance, I would have to go with the war horse as well, right? Because famine, that's a tough one. Pestilence, you're probably going to get yeeted by some 12-year-old for your shoes, right?
Yeeted, but
so
that's interesting.
War yeets the 12-year-olds. I don't
exactly.
War
Screw that hospital.
War is the only one inviting you to ride with him.
Yes.
Right.
You will go to war. Like nobody goes to famine. Nobody goes to sickness. Nobody goes to death.
Nobody goes to sickness. Sickness goes to you after the war's over.
That's right.
Served your time, son?
Yeah.
Good. Here's some syphilis.
And a flu.
Syphilis.
Oh no, man. We're totally giving
cholera.
out we're giving out smallpox blankets, bro. Come on, we're doing this American style.
Biological.
Yeah, get it right. Well, I did actually hear today that some students that were studying at the University of Michigan got arrested for trying to smuggle biological agents either into or out of the U.S. I'm not sure what way they were going, but that's scary shit, man. That's scary shit. Because you certainly don't want that form of pestilence coming for you.
Okay.
For sure.
Actually, matter of fact, all of us gonna show up where the fuck this is going on. We all coming to you right now. Okay, you just
Gnostic.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we should all show up to burn it or eat it. Because, like, listen, you're talking. Put the chili on the spaghetti. Vermicelli, even. Okay. Not fettuccine. I hate that flat shit. I don't like it. Not linguine. Fuck out of here. Round noodles, like that's better. Italians, Romans, whoever we was Romans, all the Italian people. You weren't Romans, dude. You're from New Jersey. Shut the fuck up. Wrong Mediterranean. But anyway, so Italians, they did the thing where they figured out how to make pasta and then they cut it into like every single shape known to human mental capacity. And we, in our programming, believe that these different shapes and textures of pasta taste different. Big lie. Big pasta's been lying to you the whole time.
It's all the same. Rob B says pierogies for you, sir.
F with the pierogies. Well, how does he know I'm Polish? He must be one too. What's your name? Rob. Fucking Polish language sound like a diesel engine that won't start. I can say it because I'm Polish, bro. How many Polacks does it take to change a light bulb? 3. 1 to hold it, 2 to spin the ladder.
He's got it. He's got it all figured out.
He does.
Good golly. Vision, your last words for this 4 Horsemen podcast, sir.
I don't know, other than keep on prepping, folks. This was a good show, believe it or not. We talked about some serious things. I suggest everybody go watch this again, please.
Yeah.
Share it out, hit the like button, and you never know, because you truly, really do not want to see the 4 Horsemen show up.
I mean, maybe us, but not the real ones. That would be no bueno.
Us, yes. The real ones, no.
Maybe not them. I am the real one. If I'm at your door, don't answer it. I'm
But
fucking.
you're going to end up in a semi.
I'm hungry.
Throw canned food out.
You too could be part of the 80.
You feed me like a feral cat. Thank you, Pete. You just put some Sheba out there.
He's good to go. He's good. He keeps coming back
I
around.
should better be in that crystal dish. You better like ding, ding,
I can't
ding,
get
ding.
rid of him.
Come
Can't
out.
get rid of him.
I'll come out the woods.
The roaming prepper, your final words for the
And,
4 Horsemen podcast.
The 4 Horsemen, aside from being a biblical reference or a real world historical reference, because they tend to go one behind the other. And you get a pestilence, people freak out. You get a plague, people freak out. Then they go to war. They start a war, and then they have the plague. And then death is always at the tail end of that. So it's not only a warning from Scripture, but it's also, in my opinion, a template of what disasters truly are. And, you watch for that kind of stuff, and then plan accordingly.
Absolutely. Got to keep your ear to the ground, folks. I think that's the words of the day is pay attention, because you never know when one of us is going to show up somewhere close to you. We've seen recently that no place is untouchable, right? It's got the U.S. government re-examining its security procedures around military installations at this point. Maybe the public shouldn't be so close to these places, because it only takes a couple dollars in a dream, folks, right? A couple dollars in a dream. And next thing you know, you're at full-scale war. So pay attention, guys. Pay attention. Always have an exit strategy, and make sure you have a no comms plan. Comms plan is cool, but it's more important for everybody to know what happens when all this shit stops working.
I already have a no comms plan. I don't even fucking answer my phone. Shit's been on silent for 5 years since I learned how to do it. I was like, oh, cool. It can make no noise.
Man.
That's perfect.
Hudson, thank you so much for gifting the memberships. Really, really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. And thank you for stopping by tonight, everybody. We really appreciate all of y'all on the 4 Horsemen podcast. Livingston, man, you get the last word here tonight. So
keep doing what you're doing, because you made it this far. Doesn't matter whether you planted seeds today, whether you went to work today, whether you did your laundry today, whether you sat around and watched TV today, whether you had a self-care fucking sauna trip. Doesn't matter, because you got through today. What you did was survived. And I reckon you prepped, i.e.g., you prepared to do that the day before. Everybody keep doing exactly what you're doing. Make content. Subscribe to everybody in the chat. Live your life. Be you. Do everything you wanted to do ever. You already been doing it, and it's worked out great so far, hadn't it? Keep doing it.
Amen. Livingston, man, could you give us that intro as an outro, and we will catch y'all on the next one. We're out of here.
Apocalypse there, 4 horsemen riding dirty. Death on my left, keep the Glock sturdy. Standing in the kitchen, hunger like a beast. War paint ready, unleash the inner beast. Pestilence drop, spread fear in the streets. Disease hit the block, no dot can compete. Horseman information, skies turning black. Future looking bleak, no turning back. Four horsemen riding on the edge of night. Chaos in their wake, no end in sight. Four horsemen bringing dark to the light. In days marching, get ready for the fight. Four horsemen riding on